One of the well-known figures to join LIV Golf last summer was American Bryson DeChambeau, who has supported the breakaway league to establish its supremacy in the upcoming years. In a clear warning to the PGA Tour, Bryson DeChambeau declared that LIV Golf will become a dominant force in the professional golf industry. One of the well-known players to join the LIV setup after leaving the PGA Tour last summer was DeChambeau. Tensions between the competing circuits were high at the time, but since a framework agreement was announced in June, the rivalry has decreased. The deal currently being negotiated between the PGA Tour and the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, PIF, is set to see the tour work in unison with the breakaway league moving forward. Following the announcement, there were some doubts on what the deal would mean to LIV, with the Saudi fund clearly keen to pledge their backing to the PGA Tour. LIV poster boy DeChambeau, however, has warned that the Rebel League is not going anywhere anytime soon. In the end, when this is all said about LIV and done, 5 years out from now LIV is going to exist, he told the Good podcast. LIV is going to be a dominant force. I don't know what the landscape will look like or if it will even be called LIV, but I can say that it will be here. Team golf will be here to stay. There were some questions about what the deal would mean for LIV after it was announced, even though it was obvious that the Saudi fund was eager to support the PGA Tour. DeChambeau, the face of LIV, has cautioned that the Rebel League will not be going away anytime soon. After all of this is said and done, LIV will still be around in 5 years, he stated to the Good podcast. LIV is going to exert a strong influence. I'm not sure if the terrain will be named LIV, or even what it will look like, but I do know that it will be here. There is no going back to team golf. I know in my heart that the team aspect will continue to permeate through the game of golf for as long as I'm alive. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but from everything that I feel, the sentiment, the movement, the way things are headed, I do believe that LIV will be here to stay. The deadline of December 31st for the two rivals to finalize a deal has not yet been met, even though the proposed peace treaty was announced in June. Even though DeChambeau is optimistic that an agreement will ultimately be reached, he finds the delay to be frustrating. When asked if he thought the two tours would at last find peace, he said, "Yes, absolutely. And they are currently working on it." The road ahead will be challenging due to the numerous individuals involved, each with their own set of goals. It's very political. It's also quite depressing. It is disheartening since there was a long time ago something that needed to be done. It should have been over 3 or 4 years ago, and it had been unbelievable for the game of golf. Earlier this month, the tour revealed they had reached a second agreement as part for the new for-profit entity, but not with their Saudi partners. Rather, the tour declared that a deal had been reached for Strategic Sports Group, SSG, an American investor, to participate in the company, reportedly investing £2.4 billion, $3 billion. The American circuit, meanwhile, stated that talks with PIF were still ongoing, despite their recent partnership elsewhere.